What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy AyeThatsAaron. We're back again with another Demon Slayer the Hinokami Chronicles 2 video, and today we're just going to be talking about who I think is going to be in the final roster of Demon Slayer the Hinokami Chronicles 2. Actually, let me change that. I do not mean final roster. I'm basically saying who I think is going to be in the game whenever the game is going to be released. So ladies and gentlemen, it won't be a crazy long video, but I still hope you guys enjoyed this video for real. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys enjoy the Hinokami Chronicles content, just let your boy Aaron know. Without further ado, let's get into the video, shall we? So ladies and gentlemen, like I said in the intro of the video, we're going to be talking about the potential characters that are going to be in Demon Slayer the Hinokami Chronicles 2. This is honestly my prediction list because honestly the franchise is not that long running, and so we could really be able to have ourselves a good decent guess on the characters that we're going to have in the game. So first things first, if you guys look under all the trailer videos in regards to Demon Slayer the Hinokami Chronicles 2, and yes, I'm talking about the announcement trailer, they say there's going to be over 40 playable characters in Demon Slayer the Hinokami Chronicles 2. So let's break this down, shall we? After looking at the base roster of, after looking at the roster of Demon Slayer 1, we have a total of 31 characters that include the Academy characters. Now, I know a lot of people do not like to consider the Academy characters as real characters because they're really just costumes, which is fine. You guys are valid to feel that way. But sadly, we are looking at this in the realm of the game developers. So yes, it's basically going to be based off of the number of characters that they have currently. So 31, and they're going to add, it says over 40, it says they're going to have over 40 playable characters. So we're going to aim for a little bit over 40, maybe 41, 42, maybe 43. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we're going to be doing here. So first things first, like how I stated, we have 31 playable characters. Now, before I start talking about who I think is going to be in the roster, we need to keep in mind the kind of characters that we have in the base game already. For example, we have characters such as Yushiro being playable when Yushiro himself has not done much in the anime for them to drop him as a free DLC character, but I digress. Now, the ball demon, the arrow demon, I'll give credit where credit's due. They did do a lot more, but they were able to build up a whole moveset off of almost little to nothing, honestly, and it was really impressive. The next thing goes for my boy Murata. They were able to make a whole moveset off of Murata, and he didn't even do anything in season 1 of the anime. So we were able to get ourselves a whole moveset, a whole ultimate, the whole 9 yards. So truly anything is on the table. So without further ado, let's get into the characters that I think that are going to be in Demon Slayer the Hinokami Chronicles 2. First things first, I do think we're getting ourselves a new Tanjiro, a season 4 Tanjiro to be exact, from the Swordsmith Village. And the reason I say that is because of the fact of him using thunder breathing and him fighting against those demons. He was really pulling off some crazy moves and stuff like that, and him really utilizing thunder breathing was a standout for season 4. So I do think we're going to get ourselves a season 4 version of Tanjiro, which is going to be like, you know, Swordsman's Village Tanjiro. The reason I say that is because we already have 3 different versions of Tanjiro already. We have the water breathing, we have the sun breathing, and we have the entertainment district version of Tanjiro, which is a combination of the previous 2 characters and a little bit more. So yes, them implementing thunder breathing would be insane for the character, and honestly it'd be hard for them to miss the mark on that one because it's literally a new Tanjiro. It's like not adding in new Naruto in a Naruto game, you know what I'm saying? Next, they did confirm that all 9 Hashira are going to be playable. So of course we're going to have the Stone Hashira, the Love Hashira, the Snake Hashira, the Wind Hashira, and the Mist Hashira. And so that already brings our total up to, let's see, the 1 Tanjiro plus the 5 Hashira, 6. That already puts our total to 37, right? There's nothing too crazy about them characters. Like, it's a given. The Hashira are one of the hypest things that we have all been looking forward to. And yes, they're all going to be playable, which I think is pretty cool. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so we're going to have ourselves already 37 characters with the new Tanjiro and the 5 Hashira that are a given. Next, the next character that I've heard people talk about is my girl Kanao, right? So let's talk about Kanao. Kanao has a model in Demon Slayer Sweep the Board, but Kanao doesn't do anything in the anime. But like how I just stated beforehand, they have not shown Kanao's abilities yet, so we don't have any of those things yet. But like how I just said at the beginning of this video, we have Murata and Yushiro, who are literal characters that do not do as much in the anime. Specifically Murata, bro did not do anything before they put him in the game, but they gave him a whole ultimate, a whole moveset, the whole 9 yards. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so I do have a strong feeling Kanao will be in the game, but when it comes to her moveset without them spoiling anything, I think we'll be okay. Because for example, whenever they dropped a Wicked Nezuko, she didn't even do much in that arc in the Entertainment District for her to be able to have her own moveset, but they were able to pull some stuff from the later arc, which was the Swordsmith Village arc, to make a little something happen, right? Because the one thing about the Demon Slayer franchise is, especially for this game, they're going to capitalize off the hype of a character, and so I do think they're going to capitalize off of having Kanao be a playable character. And on top of that, whenever she does some stuff in the Infinity Castle arc or in the movie, they're going to be able to capitalize off of that and be like, oh, y'all liked what Kanao did? Don't worry, she's in Hinokami Chronicles too. So I think that's what they're going to do with the girl, right? I think they're going to have her as a playable character, but it's truly going to be for like a marketing sort of sense because they want to be able to capitalize off of the movie. So I do think Kanao is going to be in the game. The next character that I think is going to be in the game is going to be my boy Genya. The reason I think Genya is going to be in the game is because he was a crucial part of Season 4 of Demon Slayer, and so it would honestly not make sense for them not to have the boy in the game. And here's my thing, I think we might get two versions of Genya. I think we're going to get normal human Genya, and then I think we're going to get ourselves demon Genya. And the reason I say that is because of how differently they fight, right? For example, human Genya, he basically capitalizes off of his weapon, which is the gun, right? I see them being able to make him more of like a mid-range kind of character. I don't see him being long range, but I do see him being more sort of mid-range, and I do see them giving him some like tools, basically like the arrow demon, or a little bit like the ball demon, not too much like them both, but you get what I'm saying, because they were able to build off a whole moveset for them. I think they could be able to do something for the boy himself. So, and I can see him being the kind of character that implements traps and stuff like that. Because even if we go back to characters that they have very developed movesets for, Oro Kadaki did not do much in the anime, but they gave him traps. They gave him, of course, Water Wheel and Waterfall Basin, but they mainly gave him traps and stuff like that to work with, to fill in the blanks. So I think they're going to be able to do something for Genya for that one. Now for Demon Genya, since he fights a little bit differently in the anime, you know what I'm saying, more with his hands, plus he gets that strength boost and that power boost, I think that I can see him be more like a brawler character that uses the weapon to finish off stuff. But that's just me though, that's just a theory. They could always combine this into one character to be able to make him be his awakening mode, be him in his like demon mode. That's just me. I see that being a thing that they might implement. It's like how kind of we have two versions of Nezuko. We got Awakened Nezuko and we have normal base Nezuko. But I do think that that's not a good example to make because they both fight drastically different from each other. But hey, even if you don't count Demon Genya, we still got Genya, right? And that puts us up to 38. Now, this is the interesting part, right? Let's talk about the demons. Number one, we're going to talk about Hatengu, right? If you guys do not remember Hatengu was the demon in Season 4 where he was all scared and running away and all that stuff, and he had all those elemental demons that popped out and did their thing, and then they fused into one gigantic demon. I think his name was like Zonghangu or something like that. I truly cannot remember what his name was. Yeah, it was Zohaktuten. We're calling him Zo. We're just going to call him Zo for the sake of the video. I think that that is actually going to be two characters split up, and let me explain to you guys why. I think Zo is going to be an easy character to implement because the moveset is there, and I think they're going to take advantage of it. I know people say that he looks like he's more of a boss battle character, but you got to keep in mind, Enmu also looked like that, but they were able to compromise by giving him tentacles that he fights with off rip. Like when he does combos, he's literally spouting tentacles from the ground to do his combos. So I can see them doing the same thing with Zo. I think that'll be a pretty interesting character for them to be able to work with. And on top of that, he does have some of the abilities from the previous demons, you know what I'm saying? His 4 separate parts that they could also implement a moveset, which wouldn't be too crazy. Like I said, we have characters that do share similar movesets and stuff like that. It's the same thing with all the water wheel users, all the waterfall breathing type characters, and so on and so forth, right? But I can see them making something with that. Now, in regards to how do you pronounce his name? Hatengu. In regards to Hatengu, I see him being more of like a puppet master type character. If you guys did not know, they do try to hit the mark similar to Naruto Storm, like the Naruto Storm franchise. And some of these characters do fight some similarly to itself. You know what I'm saying? The playstyles are kind of similar. And I kind of see how Tengu being the kind of character where his whole gimmick is his I'm gonna say his sons. We're just gonna say his sons, or his different versions of himself. And I see the main body being, you know, like a scared little itty bitty thing that summons these different versions of himself to attack and do damage while he's sitting there doing his thing. For example, the perfect example that I can think of is Yu-Gi-Oh! Yugi from Jump Force, or Seto Kaiba from Jump Force. How they played, I can see it being a situation where they summon these individual demons to do combos, block, guard, give buffs, debuffs, so on and so forth. Who knows, maybe the wind one might give you some speed debuff. Maybe the lightning one may be able to attack opponents but then give them a stunned animation. You know what I'm saying? The flame one obviously does damage, so on and so forth. I can see that being like a thing that they can implement with him. He would basically be like the caster, and all the other demons will be just parts of him without being fully him. So I genuinely see him being two separate characters split up, and I don't put anything past this franchise. I mean, we literally have Sabito and we have his sister as playable characters, and again, they didn't do much in the anime season 1. They thought of whole movesets for these people, and it honestly snapped. I love it. I really do. They went creative with it. They didn't stop because they didn't have the material for it, and they were able to make something beautiful. So I don't think it's crazy for me to say that I can see them splitting these two characters up into one. You see, correction, splitting that character up into two. That's just me. And then finally, we have the Snake Demon, which is a given. I feel like the Snake Demon wouldn't be too difficult to implement. He would just have a very interesting gimmick where it comes to him like slithering around the map. Maybe he might have an interesting mechanic where he drops the the pots that he came out of. Maybe that might be part of his moveset, where you're able to drop those pots randomly throughout the map, so you can be able to teleport to them. Not a lot of them, maybe max 1 or 2, and you can be able to teleport in and out of them to be able to make some range between you and your opponent. Or they might just go with him with his like more serpent form, where he's just slithering around the map and just basically just making him a playable character. Like, you know, say nothing too crazy. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is my guess on who they're gonna have for the Demon Slayer roster. And let's count up how many characters we got here. We got the one Tanjiro, Kanao, Genya. Then we split up the Element Demon into 2 characters. Then we have the Snake Demon, and that gives us 6 characters already. So that puts us at 37. Plus the 5 Hashira that I did not count in my original count, which puts us to about 42 characters, which I kind of see that's going to be in the base roster. But ladies and gentlemen, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section. Who do you guys think we're going to get in Demon Slayer, the Hinokami Chronicles 2? Do you guys think I have a good list? Do you guys think I'm just yapping? Just let your boy know, because I'm genuinely curious. Until next time, peace out.
Hey, where's your